Yo, what's up? My name is Rich. Welcome back to another video. This video is a little different. I'm in front of the whiteboard. So this is going to be me trying to explain building a clothing brand as simple as possible. All right, so let's give this a shot. All right, so for first and foremost, you have your brand. So this is going to consist of you creating your logo, and you know, for most of y'all, it's just logo, I suppose. But really, it's all about creating your identity. What your brand stands for, the community behind it, and things of that nature. So you have your brand, right? From your brand, you're gonna have to think about your product. So for most people, since this is a clothing brand, y'all are always thinking about t-shirts. You don't always have to think about t-shirts. You can do things like jeans, you can do things like shorts, you can do things like hats, you can even do little accessories. At the end of the day, this is going to be for your brand. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a clothing brand in general, but just think about it, products. And when it comes to actual products, you have to also think about production. Man, this marketer is not working. So you have your products and your production for your brand, your logo, your identity, your products and your production. So for most of y'all who are building a clothing brand, you have to think about how these items are made. There are pros and cons to each and every single way, and there are multiple different ways to actually create these actual products. Now, when it comes to your products, you know, you have to find a way to sell it. So you can do things, you know, at a live event, or you can do things on your website. That's pretty much going to be your two main things, right? You have your website and you have your live events. And when it comes to that, you have to think about the traffic and how you're going to get them there. So when it comes to a website, you know, if you're selling on your own website, you might be running ads, you might be doing things word of mouth. And when it comes to a live event, you might be paying an actual fee to be a vendor at some kind of event or something like that. Or, you know, sometimes you might be able to get away for free, your local barbershop and whatnot. You might have asked them if, hey, you know what, can I set up shop here? You guys can get 10, 20% or something. Some of them may even support you and say, hey, you know what, that's a good idea, because they might think that you might also be bringing them traffic for more people to get a haircut. So there's always multiple different ways to create traffic to your actual landing page. Now you need a way for them to check out. So, you know, at a live event, you might have like a point of sale system on your phone, Square, Cash App, whatever. On your website, you know, check-in processes are pretty much integrated into most platforms nowadays. And speaking of website real quick, I'm gonna cut this real quick to speak about our ad, Zyro. All right, so check it out. This is Zyro. Zyro is a website builder. Super dope platform because it is super affordable. So if you don't have too much money to start, this is going to be one of the best ways to start. And you can build a website very quickly. So check it out. This is their AI website generator. Zyro builds the website for you instantly, and it's easy to change things because, you know, I love the drag and drop editor. If you really want, you can start from scratch or use a template, but let's go ahead and give the AI a look. All it's going to do is ask you a series of questions and you can get started. And if you sell products, you can even use this website as well. All you gotta do is pick a theme that you like, pick the features that you want, and it already generates your website. Check it out. Now your website's already built, and all you have to do is just change the images. Now what I like about it the most is that they have this drag and drop editor, and it makes it really easy to make this website as customizable as you would like. Now make sure you click the link down below to use Zyro's limited time deal. Get up to 71% discount plus a custom domain and 3 months free with any yearly plan. Make sure you check out Zyro. All right, I appreciate you guys for taking that time to check out our sponsor for this video, which is Zyro. And you know, sponsors like Zyro makes these videos happen. All right, so now when it comes to having your own website, you have something called fulfillment. Now, when it comes to fulfillment, you know, there's multiple different ways to fulfill. If you're creating your actual product yourself and you know how to make it, then you pretty much know how to fulfill it. And you have to fulfill things within a reasonable amount of time. You can't just sit there and wait 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks to actually fulfill a product. Now, if you're using a print-on-demand platform, you can use one of these platforms to fulfill your actual item as well. Now, at an actual live event, you really gotta invest in the actual inventory ahead of time, and you really gotta believe in yourself, because you're saying, hey, I created a brand that revolves around a community, and it's more than just about myself. It's about us. It's about all of us. So this is why a brand, you know, you really got to have faith in your actual brand itself. So you have a way to fulfill your actual items. With print on demand, you don't have to do too much in the beginning. However, at a live event, you need some inventory up front. You need to invest in it. And you know, there's always another model that you can use. Is pretty much pre-orders. You can post something for sale and say, hey, this will fulfill in 2 weeks because this is going to be a pre-order. You take in a pre-order, maybe like 10 people purchase your actual item, And then, you know what, like when a week and a half comes down to it, you start getting those 10 items in production. Then you fulfill those items, or you purchase 20 items because you now have more than just the initial cost of the actual product itself. You also have the profits. Now you purchase 20 items, and then you list the additional 10 for sale. There's multiple ways to do this. And now after fulfillment, there's more than just fulfilling with the actual product. It's fulfilling on your brand's purpose and creating a happy customer and making them come back to your actual brand. So how do you make them happy? So for one, you know, you gotta go above and beyond, especially if you're just starting off. Add some stickers for free, add an additional t-shirt surprise for somebody every once in a while. You really got to invest in your brand and stop worrying about the losses too much, especially if you're just starting off. You really got to think about, are you here to make money, or are you here to create a brand that's created to make a difference? Make people happy, because that's what your brand is all about. It's for your brand to stand out, and this is what's going to create them become a return customer. Because at that point, they're not a customer, they become family to you, because they're trying to be a part of what you are building. You're creating a community, a part of this actual brand itself. Now, a lot of people always got it twisted whenever it comes to creating a brand. You know, profit is nice, of course it is, but you know, it's all about gaining customers and nurturing them and making sure this is going to be something that they're going to be happy with, right? So, just a few points to touch on. Let's say traffic to your actual website. A lot of people run traffic to their website. You see people run $9.99 tees, $6 tees, you know, $10 tees, $20 tees, cheap and affordable t-shirts, right? Or just affordable items in general. It doesn't always have to be a t-shirt, but you can always have something that's known as a loss leader. And the reason being is because you want to gain an actual customer to begin with. And by creating a customer, you get their data, you get their emails, you get their phone numbers, you get stuff like that so you can retarget them at a later time. But the more important thing is gaining an actual customer, not gaining a sale. You know, a sale is like a one-time thing. They're saying, hey, here's this product, here, can I have some profit? You want to actually gain a customer and say, hey man, we're gonna be in this together, because this is a brand that's more than just about me, it's a brand that's about us. And that's what it's all about. And that pretty much correlates with like how I pretty much built this YouTube channel brand. One thing, see, I never talked about Gary Vee, but I haven't tuned into him for a long time, and then I tuned into him the other day, and one thing that he said was something like, one thing I noticed he said was something like, give 3 and take 1 or something. So anytime you decide to like sell a product or something, you need to make sure that you give away 3 times first. So, you know, give away valuable items 3 times before you start saying, hey, you know what, this is something that I offer. So, you know, when it comes to building a brand, make sure you're giving value before you start saying, hey, you know what, I have a product. For example, if your product had to deal with like mental awareness or something, give away 3 different pieces of content or product or some kind of service or event that uplifts them and their mentality. You know, have a free public event at a park for mental awareness. That's giving back once. Post something on your social media that's just giving back for mental awareness, like some kind of, you know, mental uplifting post that's giving back twice. And then do something like a free giveaway. 2-3 people gets a free t-shirt. Guess what? That's your 3rd time giving back. And once you give away 3 t-shirts, it's time for you to say, hey, you know what? Now we have this actual product for sale. So you really got to think about, are you about the brand and the mission, or are you really just about the money and the profit itself? So in the end, as simple as it can be, it's all about your brand, what you're offering, your customers, and how you fulfill it. And you want to fulfill beyond just the actual products itself. Make sure they're happy. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, comment, like, subscribe. I'm gonna see you next time.